Coming at you with a new video on the Spartan SA3 camo, how to get it to gold, and just kind of my tips and tricks in regards to it. Earlier I had posted this video, but regrettably when I was going and making it, I did not realize that I did not have my let's see, my settings so that my mic was being picked up in regards to the video, and so I went through the whole video, last two of them, with basically blank videos, and someone said good video still, and I went looked at the video and I was looking at their comment, and then I was like, what the heck, there's no sound, there's no me. I mean, there's sound, but you know. Anyway, so this is going to be my little brief tutorial on this, kind of my tips and tricks and how I did it. So I got it to gold. It only took a little while. I mean, relatively, however long it takes you to get zebra, and then you kind of have to like alter your gameplay styles a little bit. So I'm going to start at the back. So this is gold. Kind of reminds me, almost looks kind of coppery almost. No, it doesn't really look all that gold. It looks more like a big Duracell battery. Anyways, but so here's my advice for some of these. So destroy a score streak and kill an enemy in the same life 10 times. So for me, everybody, this one was actually relatively easy, especially since there are so many UAVs being spammed, and you can take well advantage of them. My advice would be to play on domination, and the reason I say domination is that for particular maps, for particular sides of the maps, the points A and C, or even B, is a good one, a viable one as well. But I just think A and C are a little bit more safe in regards to this type of gameplay that you're going to have to do. So as soon as a UAV gets up, provided you're on either side of the map, find yourself a nice place where you can kind of camp out, take out said UAV, and then wait for the opportune moment when someone is coming, to take either A or C, or even B, as said, or if they just happen to run inside the building and they don't check their corners like a lot of newbies won't be doing. You can take advantage of those players as well and just plant a rocket straight up their ass. That's really what I did in regards to this entire thing, was I would take out a UAV and then I'd go camp. I mean, you only have to do it 10 times, people, so I know a lot of people have this whole stigma about camping and everything, but in regards to some things, it's definitely unnecessary. So anyway, so moving on. Murdered out, destroy 3 score streaks at a single match 10 times. Just play anything like domination, defender, and you'll get this done within, several matches, if that, Bangle, same thing, kills 2 score streaks within a short period of time. When you're listening in, make sure, like they say, enemy UAV up, enemy counter UAV up. As soon as you hear those back-to-back things, or if they're floating within the vicinity of each other, just make sure you have engineer on. That's a really useful thing in regards to this challenge. And then just start taking those bad boys out. It's so easy to do. The next one we'll see is whiteout, and this was really easy. I mean, as I said, when I played in domination, A or C or even B, depending if I was feeling, like I was gonna try to kill for a kill, I would just pop in there, pop a rocket off on the middle of B, and sometimes I would kill myself, sometimes they'd kill me, but nonetheless, I'd still put a rocket in there and take 2 or 3 people out. It was really easy to do. Now that this one, I've saved the worst for last, because I'm sure as much of you are realizing, autumn is a pain in the butt, and I cannot imagine what these other ones are going to be like. The P-Law seems like it might not be too hard. I imagine the howitzer, though. I used that thing a little bit earlier today and realized how much of a pain that thing was. So here's my advice with it. When you go in there, run blind eye, engineer, that's a big one, resupply, scavenger, all those things. And even another particularly good specialist to run is Synaptic with his rewind, because I don't know if it's a glitch or just how his particular trait or payload works, is that whenever you hit here, and we'll go to it, we'll go take a look at it, whenever you go into his, let's see, oh wait, yeah, rewind. Rewinds your position and replenishes health and ammunition. So say if like a enemy warden pops up, and it takes uh, three, you know, rockets, and say you just happen to use one and you only got two left, you fire off those two rockets and then use rewind, and it'll take you back to a few more seconds in time when you actually had those rockets, and then you can take out that last one. The key to that particular thing is that you don't want to no scope. I mean, you want to no scope it as much as possible. So actually, only because if you're the Spartan SA3 happens to do its lock-on beep, it won't count. Even one lock-on beep won't count. And so that's why I said, blind eye is a good thing, because the warden won't be triggering you, targeting you, excuse me, and then you can kind of get those kills out. Another really good thing to run, as I said, going back to it, is that the blind eye and engineer are perfect for this particular for the autumn camo challenge, because say if an enemy, you have engineer and there's a guy coming with you and he has a vulture, so you just wait for that guy to round that corner, pop that SA3 just right before he comes to you, and these rockets take out those vultures in one hit. You just never want to hit a lock on. So another thing is, when they're throwing down the micro turrets or those electrified turrets, as I said, blind eye is perfect because you will not be being targeted by them, and you can just take your time and take them out. Once again, do not go ADS, just no scope to the best of your ability. So there's another YouTuber out that put a similar video up, and he's one of my favorites of all. He's one of the people that actually got me into Call of Duty, and one of the people that got me into making videos and stuff. His name's Tabor Hill. And a piece of advice that he noticed when he was doing his thing is that, especially with UAVs, if you are good enough to no scope a UAV with your rocket launcher, kudos to you, by the way, and you have to get it on the first one, because apparently if you no scope it even on the second shot, and it's taken 2 shots but you never scoped, it apparently doesn't register. So hopefully that is something that will be patching later on. But in the meantime, this is how you have to do in regards to UAVs. If you're no scoping them, it has to be a one-hit shot, and they are obtainable. I've gotten, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5, but as I said, I would much rather hold out for the wardens, because tons of people are getting wardens. I mean, good gosh, you play domination, defender, and there's wardens coming left and right. The vultures, scarabs, micro turrets, those electrified turrets. Those are all perfect things, and you play a couple matches. You play 10 matches per day. I guarantee you can have this done in I don't know, not a lot of time, but I would definitely go in there with those tactics, because as I said, if you're registering those things, and what's kind of nice is, say if you're just about to, you have engineer on, and right around the corner you see that there's a turret on the ground that someone had put there, don't even get that thing where you're looking at it, right at it. Just get it to where that rocket is going to hit right next to it. And that's another perfect tactic that I executed on multiple occasions just to get this done. And so yeah, and this challenge, really, out of any of the ones that I imagine I'm gonna have to do, this probably was the hardest one for me. I imagine the howitzer, because the howitzer is going to be doing the same thing, but so I can't wait to not do that, because I'm going to get dark matter, but nonetheless it still looks like a gigantic pain in the ass. So, and I hope that is a good video. I really just wanted to cover my basis with this. So as I said, the things to use, recapping back to that, in regards to perks, blind eye and engineer are an absolute must. Scavenger, definitely a good one to resupply. I believe it resupplies rockets. I want to say it does. If not, I think the Merc has an ability to resupply lethals or something like that. And I don't know if that counts as a lethal though. But anyways, so Don't quote me on that one. In regards to specialists, payloads, I said the rewind, Synaptics rewind is perfect because, you know, say if that one thing happens to pop up, there's a, you know, you just happen to use all your rockets and, you know, an enemy scarab is coming at you, hit rewind back to those few seconds ago when you had those rockets, provided, you know, you shot them off in the last few moments, and, you know, rewind to that, hunt down that little scarab and put it out of its little misery, step on it, teabag it, drop everything you need to right into that little thing and into the turrets and into the wardens, and it'll get you this challenge done here in no time, and then you too can have the golden non-golden looking gold Spartan SA3. I really wish and I hope that someday they get this through their heads. I want to be able to do a full 360 because I hate this. Get like a 90-degree angle-ish and get all these weird turns. Just want to be able to turn it all the way around and look at it. Anyways, that's my Borderlands coming out of me. Borderlands, you could do that. Anyways, different games. So, thank you very much, everybody. This is Squirrel. Thank you for tuning in. And remember, if I can do it, so can you. Thank you very much. Bye.